The city never sleeps, but for some, it never forgives either. Brooklyn, once the epicenter of New York's rap renaissance, has become a battleground where lyrics bleed into reality. The drill scene thrives, but for those who live what they rap, the price is steep. One name, CoachDaGhost, a rising star who had everything in his hands and let it slip, from signing major deals to facing a murder charge. Now, behind bars, he wears a smile. But behind that smile, a storm is brewing, a mystery unraveling, a past that refuses to let go. And now, whispers of something even darker, a sealed federal indictment. So, how did it all go wrong? And what comes next for CoachDaGhost? Let's break it down.
Done. I don't walk without guns, and you be stupid if I'm shooting and you try to run. Yeah, they do this for clout, but I do this for fun.
Couture Bermudez, better known as CoachDaGhost, was never supposed to make it out. Born in the trenches, raised in the shadows of Brooklyn's most ruthless streets, the odds were against him. Yet, he beat those odds. His talent was undeniable. His bars, raw, real, and riddled with a past too dangerous to ignore. Gucci Mane saw the potential and signed him to 1017. But success and street loyalty don't always mix. It wasn't long before rumors swirled. Coach wasn't just rapping about the life, he was still living it. Gucci cut ties, but Atlantic scooped him up.
Hey, Coach, finna bring out some regular shit, man. Man, what you doing that regular, man?
See it, right?
Man, this is New York City shit, man. The hardest nigga in New York, man.
1017.
Back there, man. Don't worry about me. Get it, Coach. And Charlie and
The
Pooh.
new 1017. Shouts to Gucci, man. Another
Feel them. We heard it.
Man, y'all gotta put those cardiacs together.
You heard that.
Hey, look at them. Put the cardiac together. Get that, man.
It's not on the Carter
Man,
and
listen, white and
white.
the yellow mother, huh?
Book was falling out the bells and we weren't
Listen, let me get in there. Let me get in there. Let me get in.
Gucci reach out to you?
around my, actually, like, probably a day before my birthday around that time. So my birthday May 1st.
Okay. So right after Hit List dropped, huh?
Yeah, right after.
Yeah. So when he reached out to you, what was your reaction?
I was like, oh shit. I was borderline surprised, but I knew something good was coming, so that didn't give me the chills, but I was definitely happy.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciated it. Word.
And you were rapping the new 1017 in the music video for what was it, Gooey Sauce?
Gooey Sauce,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what happened? Did you just end up signing directly to Atlantic, or?
Like I said, business is business, so I ain't hear that man speak on this. So like I said, you might have to ask Gucci.
Okay. So no bad blood or anything?
No bad blood. I appreciate every opportunity that came my way. As you see me, I'm shining even brighter. So shout outs to Gucci. That's big bro.
Another chance, another door opened, but that door, he never walked through it. Instead, he stayed on the same path, the same streets, the same war zone where respect is earned in blood. He dropped a song called Hit List where he says, "If I shot and I missed, I apologize. I done traumatized a lot of guys. We done made a lot of mamas cry." Lyrics meant for the booth or a confession, because soon the NYPD was at his doorstep.
There's nothing to do with the nation, you get me? But the location soon will be revealed.
For everybody.
For everybody, the whole world, another location. Marshalls, whatever.
Whoever.
Ops. We won't tolerate disrespect from nobody. We don't give a f if you Crip. We don't give a f if you blood.
At all.
Nobody. So, communication's a must. Let us know how y'all feeling. He's no longer GD. But if y'all want to play, location will be spilled very soon. Talk to us. Talk to us, y'all. Atlanta, Georgia is the location. Somebody got one, right? You got it.
March 13th, 2021, a silver sedan. A gunman steps out, bullets rain down. 3 bodies drop, one never gets back up. 17-year-old Brian B. Flossie Senan gone. Brooklyn's Wu versus Cho war had claimed another, and according to the law, CoachDaGhost pulled the trigger. But Ghost, he didn't run, not in the way you'd expect. He kept dropping music, kept flexing online, a 38 in his lap, a smirk on his face, rapping about beating every charge that was creeping up behind him.
A bloody weekend in New York City as gun violence erupted on city streets. Police responded to over a dozen shootings, including the murder of a 17-year-old boy in Brooklyn. CBS 2's Christina Fan is live in Canarsie, where she spoke with his mother. Christina?
Chris, 17-year-old Brian Sannon was one of 10 people shot during a 24-hour time span over the weekend. His family says he left with a group of friends early Saturday morning to go on a walk and was shot and killed here on this street corner just 3 blocks away from his home.
They shot and killed my baby.
The harsh reality of her son's death is slowly sinking in for Juliana Gopi Sannon. She was on her way home Saturday morning to make 17-year-old Brian Sannon his favorite homemade pizza for dinner when an alert came across her phone about a nearby shooting.
I said, can you imagine this early morning a 17-year-old got shot? Not knowing it was my son.
Police say Sannon and 2 other teenagers were walking near Farragut Road and East 82nd Street Saturday morning. When a gray sedan pulled up, someone jumped out and started shooting. One teen was shot in the face, the other in the leg. Sannon was killed.
And now to know that I've never seen my baby again. He was just a baby. 17.
This mother's heartbreak replayed in the homes of many more families this weekend. Between Friday and Sunday, there were at least 13 shootings resulting in 20 victims. Public advocate Jumani Williams, reacting to the bloodshed, stressed the need for a mentorship connection between violence interrupters and young New Yorkers who are at risk of engaging in gun violence.
We know in order to heal old wounds and build new partnerships, it's going to require bold action. And so we have to implement strategies that support community safety, treat community trauma, and build community strength.
Gopi Sannon says her son was quiet, mostly kept to himself, and was known at school as the kid who always stepped in first to help break up a fight, never thinking he'd fall to violence.
I just want to know who did this to my baby and why. What did he do to deserve such a horrible death?
And in an effort to combat all of this recent violence, the mayor, as well as the public advocate, announced at a press conference earlier today that they will be launching a pilot program that will pair up individual mentors in the community with at-risk youths.
Why were there jail photos of him from months earlier? Was he locked up before the world even knew? Had he been playing a game none of us understood? The timeline was fractured, and then another twist. Whispers of a sealed federal indictment. The walls were closing in. For most, this would be the end. But for CoachDaGhost, prison wasn't new. At just 16, he was swept up in Operation Tidal Wave, a massive Brooklyn gang indictment. 6 years behind bars. 6 years to learn the system. 6 years to prepare for what might come next.
Today we announced the indictments of 43 members of these 2 rival gangs who terrorized the people of Brownsville. These 2 indictments charge 18 members of an organization called the Hood Stars and 25 members of an organization calling themselves the Wave Gang, for conspiracies to commit murders and other violent crimes against each other. Their access to guns, we've recovered 35 guns during the course of this investigation, facilitated their long-standing feud, which has played out on the streets, injuring innocent bystanders and rendering residents fearful to leave their homes. These indictments would not have been possible without all of the work done by the various units of the NYPD.
So, when he landed back in jail, he didn't fold, smiling in photos, bulking up like he was training for war, homies shouting, "Free the Ghost." Even behind bars, the music didn't stop. Features dropped. Fans wrote letters. And Coach, he responded, telling one fan to send his sister for visitation. Jokes aside, one phrase stood out, quote unquote, "prison sucks." It was a glimpse beneath the mask, and then the silence. By the end of 2022, the update slowed. No word on his case, no movement in court, just the date, March 8th, 2023. But then, something even more chilling surfaced. A document claiming his next court date wasn't for months, but years. December 28th, 2028. Could it be real? Had the system already decided his fate? And then came the final blow. CoachDaGhost wasn't in this alone. Allegedly, his accomplice, Naquan Pruitt, was locked up on the same charges. And when pressure mounts, people talk. What if Naquan snitches? What if the feds already have their case? Or worse, what if the sealed federal indictment isn't just a rumor? CoachDaGhost thought he'd seen it all, but this time, the worst might still be ahead. Brooklyn streets raised him. The industry tried to save him, but in the end, maybe no one could. 1 foot in the booth, 1 foot in the trenches. A talent too big for the block, a mentality too deep to escape. CoachDaGhost was playing chess, but now the board is set, and the next move isn't his to make. Will he beat the case? Will the feds strike? Will the truth finally come out? Only time will tell. But one thing is for certain, the incredible folk story isn't over yet. Alright y'all, there y'all have it. That's the story of CoachDaGhost from Brooklyn. Hey, get in that comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling. You already know what it is. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!